Do you think Angel Reese is rich or wealthy? Better yet, if she is wealthy, how many years of wealth do you think she's created for herself?
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at.
Jedediah Collins here with the Money Vehicle Movement podcast, where we're trying to make financial literacy a little more current and possibly even a little cooler. Angel Reese is unique. She is the queen of the court, and she is the former LSU National Women's Basketball Champion, currently WNBA superstar. She has gone viral recently, stating that her WNBA contract does not even pay her rent. This comment has kicked up quite the social media storm and, of course, raised a lot of questions around how Angel is spending her money and the financial implications of her choices. Before we jump into the rich versus wealthy, let's get some numbers out of this. Okay, Angel's salary is around $74,000, $73,500 to be exact, for this season. She claims her rent is $8,000 a month or $96,000 a year. We must point out that Angel was at the forefront of the NIL movement. Oddly enough, I and Money Vehicle were on LSU campus teaching this language of money to who? Angel Reese and the LSU women's basketball team, which is always a fun connection years later. But Angel's primary income is still coming off the court from her NIL endorsements. What started in college is still supporting her through the WNBA, and her main primary income is not her WNBA salary. So we really cannot fully understand what her actual income is. But there is no debating that Angel Reese is rich today. But the question is, how many years of wealth has she created for herself? This is a question I get to ask many professional athletes as I travel the country and talk to them directly. To dive into this, we will ask three questions Money Vehicle derives from our golden rule of money. That golden rule: do not spend more than you make and focus on what you keep. The three questions we would ask Angel around her wealth creation come from this golden rule. The first one is, how much do you spend a month? Question two, how much do you make in a year? Question three, how much goes to your future? Now, those three questions will begin how we can decide if Angel is gone from rich to wealth. Here are some assumptions I had, Jedediah Collins, as a certified financial planner, for this situation in an attempt to calculate her wealth. Reminder, this is all a guesstimate. Step one, how much do you spend? Well, we know she spends $8,000 a month or $96,000 a year on rent alone. Let's assume it's around $100,000 for her past choices. Money Vehicle calls anything like rent that is due before the month begins. Let's then stack on that another $100,000 of her present choices, the wants and needs of the day that you will go around spending. And then, I mean, come on, she's a WNBA superstar and she's a social media celebrity. Let's throw in $50,000 conservatively of one off expenses, vacations, purchases, or hey, friends have birthdays too. That brings us to a total of $250,000 we think Angel would spend in a year. Step number two, how much do you make? With millions of followers on social media comes millions of dollars in endorsements. Angel has been earning a million or more for at least the last 3 years, and all in, let's just take a ballpark estimate of around $5 million in gross earnings. We always have to point out 40% will go to the society choice, so only, and I put into quotes, only Angel is taking home around $3 million. Okay, step number three, how much goes to the future? It is not easy to make a lot of money at a young age and be conscious enough to save for the future. But Angel is not a common athlete, nor a common businesswoman, and I would imagine her personal finance savvy isn't common either. Again, remembering the 40% to society and at least $250,000 a year being spent, let's assume Angel's been crushing it and putting 20% of that $5 million into an investment portfolio where the money is working for her. All in all, the estimate would be she has $1 million invested in creating more money. A calculation I provide to professional athletes to try and empower them to see their opportunity of sport in decades, not days, is this wealth check. Decades, not days. Think about that. Why do we say wealth and not simply rich? In Money Vehicle, rich means you have money today. Wealth, on the other hand, is how many tomorrows you do not have to worry about money. An attempt to see the opportunity of being a professional athlete lasting decades and not some awesome days in your 20s. Decades, not days. This wealth calculation is taking your future choice and dividing it by your burn rate. It shows how many years of your lifestyle spend you have protected. In Angel's scenario, the wealth check would be future, $1 million. Burn rate, $250,000. Step 3, your future divided by your burn, or 1 million divided by 250,000, would be 4 years. This quick wealth check means Angel, who was one of the first collegiate millionaires from NIL, and her fame and fortune has transitioned to the WNBA, where even though her day job doesn't apparently pay bills, she is still one of the fortunate few to have a changing life opportunity before her, has 4 years of wealth created based on that quick back of the napkin math. However, this is why financial literacy is vital, because even though Angel is rich, she's making millions of dollars a year. In this calculation, again, she only has created 4 years of wealth. The amount of money coming in is never the problem, but no matter the amount, there is a way to run through it. When your income exceeds your outflow, your upkeep will be your downfall. As current queen of the court, Angel is not breaking the golden rule today. But being the first also means a lot of unknown around how long the social media celebrity status will last. There are plenty of examples for former professional athletes wishing they would have captured more of their dream in thought decades. When you can afford to live however you want today, can you understand money enough to realize your dream is meant for decades? Now, the question remains, how many years of wealth do you think Angel Reese has created? Money Vehicle Movement. We'll see you at the next stop.